want to talk to you guys a little bit about how you can explore your options with certain types of cameras and certain type of gear that you may need to use. Now, personally, what I use for my camera is this, a Nikon D7000. Now, this camera is great, but it does have its flaws. Now, personally, I went in and just bought a camera right when I found out that it was something I liked doing, which I definitely suggest not to do for you guys. I would say do your research before you go and purchase a camera. It'll make your overall first time experience great. The only thing with this camera that I do not like is that the screen is not flip out. Therefore, when I'm doing a vlog, I cannot see what I'm shooting on my sensor. So, to give you a little perspective, so when I'm recording, I don't know what I'm recording. So I could be right here and be like, hey guys, what's up? You see where my problem is? But other than that, this camera is great for taking photos. Now with this camera I use two lenses, which I also suggest make sure you do a little research of what type of lens you want. If you're going to be doing YouTube videos, I would really suggest a 10 to 22. You can only find that for the Nikon for Sigma, but if you go to Canon, you can find that just as a regular Canon lens. This is an 18 to 70 millimeter lens, and this lens is pretty good, and it's also pretty wide angle. For this camera, I also use a 50 millimeter lens, which is great for photography as well. This is very, very bad for video because it is a cropped sensor lens. Therefore, when you take a picture with it, you cannot zoom in or out. You can only blur the background, and it is very close up to your face. Now, I've put a lot of money into photography, so before you jump in, you need to know you're going to be spending a good amount of money. This lens is probably about $100, and the 50 millimeter lens is somewhere between $250 to $300, depending on where you buy it from, and then the body itself can go anywhere from $500 to $400. Now, something that will improve your videos a lot is if you purchase a drone. Now, I was lucky enough to have my grandma actually purchase this for me, which was amazing because this thing gives your videos so much more character. And so this is probably something that you should have, but it's not something that you need. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. Gear is not at all something you need to worry about. If you have an iPhone 7 or iPhone 6, that can get away with a lot of things that a regular DSLR can. But something that you will need is a laptop. A lot of my friends don't have a decent laptop, therefore their editing skills are not as good as they could be. With my MacBook, I use Photoshop, Lightroom, and I also use Final Cut Pro to edit my videos. I just switched over to those. I used to use iMovie, which is okay to start with, but it's definitely not going to give you as much as Final Cut Pro could. Now, audio is a big important topic. Now, my friend Fallon, he's in a lot of my previous videos. You may have seen him before. He has a Canon T3i, and that thing is absolutely crazy with how well the audio is on the default microphone that is built in the camera. But for my camera, it's very bad, so I use a Rode Mic Pro. This thing ranges from somewhere around 240, some 280, I don't really know. I got this used though, so I got it used for 240, I think. Now obviously this isn't something you need, but it definitely improves your video. When you're taking a shot, just holding your camera, you can tell that it's a little bit shaky and it's not as smooth as it could be, so I definitely suggest getting a bipod like the one that I'm using right now to record on, or this Joby GorillaPod, which I use for when I vlog, or this, which I don't use that much, but when I do use this, I normally use it to get like music videos and shots like that. Really, whatever path you take, whether it's photography, making videos, like, you guys gotta know that it's something that you really need to be passionate about. So follow your dreams and like don't let anything stop you. And you gotta just keep going for it, keep going at it.